first carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. And a short pickup here as he'll get across the 10 to the 11-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Not much happening there on first down.
Thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
All right, here we go.
On second down, here's Lynch. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos first down.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
Now Lynch on first down. And he will find his man on the outside. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
The play clock's running down. A give to Elliott running left. And he'll get 2, maybe 3 up near the 37.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Again, it's Elliott. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground.
No, check, Patriot! Watch it now, Barney!
Lynch to throw. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. A Bronco first down there, 12 yards on the play.
I don't believe that this opening drive is surprising to either one of us after the time we spent with the coaching staff and players prior to the game. What about you?
Absolutely. Not only that, but that big article in the paper this morning about their philosophy on starting games like you're shot out of a cannon, and that's what they've done. Very methodical here on this first drive.
Yeah, so many teams talk about that fast start. We're actually seeing it happen right here in front of us.
But now the kicker. Can they cap it off by putting the ball in the end zone? And here comes play number 6 on this drive.
Delay of game, offense.
He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
Now it's Lynch. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 4 catches, 55 yards.
Better tighten up the coverage if you expect to slow this guy down because if he gets going, he'll eat you up.
All right, here we go. Green 39! Green 39!
Lynch here off the bootleg. Eluding the pressure right. The swing pass caught. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
So that drive in total 8 plays. And it culminates in a touchdown by the Broncos. This is taken at the 3. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And a 3-and-out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive.
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
That one goes for 24 yards. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him.
And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. No gain there as he kept it himself at second down.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. So the offense avoids disaster, keeps possession. Now it's second down. Now a handoff here to his running back. It's a foot race. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line. A big run there. 29 yards and a first.
This is a little bit like baseball here. Strong up the middle. Both sides want to be that. In this case, the offense ended up winning the ultimate battle.
And those big runs between the tackles, that's a little deflating for a defense, isn't it?
It really is, because that's where your strength's supposed to be. You're supposed to be in a spot where they can't.
And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. A great play there with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Steelers are an extra point away from tying this thing up. And getting our first update now from Nashville. And it's the Titans who are off to the early lead in that ball game. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. So that drive, 4 plays. And it ends with the Steelers finding the end zone. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. That's fielded in the end zone. And some big-time hitting going on there. He is knocked to the ground near the 25. First and 10, it's Lynch. He's got his tight end over the middle, O.J. Howard. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. Back alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Bronco football to begin quarter number 2. They've got a 2nd down and 8 to start things out. Now Lynch. And he's got his man on the out route. And he's going to be out of bounds right at the 40. That one good for 13 and a Denver first down.
If you run an out route, it's likely you end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
Over the middle, complete. That's Murray. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. A good pickup there, a 22. On first down, it's Lynch. And he's going to go out of bounds, taking it down inside the 25. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
But that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
And give him about 3 as he gets it down to the 22-yard line. Lynch looking to throw on second. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score.
All the receivers in the league are plenty good enough. Otherwise, they wouldn't make it in the NFL. But the ones that go to the Pro Bowl, they have refined route running ability.
And he's got it up and through. Gonzalez now to kick this one away. And you combine a big leg with a mile-high air. There's the outcome. This will sail out of the end zone for a touchback. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go up and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
They threw the screen to the perimeter, but to no benefit at all. Tackled behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of yardage.
And he gives us time to the tailback. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Called a no gain there, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 13. He's fumbled already once, Charles. I'm not going to say that that was in his mind there, but I'm sure that during some of these plays he is mindful of it.
And once you fumble...
And the Broncos get there and take him down. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And Denver getting set to take the field. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Hoping now to get back in the end zone on this 4th possession. 17 yards for the Broncos there as they've got themselves a first down.
So how do you beat man coverage? First of all, you want to be a superior receiver, but you know something, that guy who's covering you, he's usually pretty good too. So the corner route is usually a great spot to get it done.
All right, here we go. Boom, Philly, here we go. Leopard. Watch him now, Barney.
They'll throw on first down with Lynch. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
My high school coach, John Ford, used to say all the time, if you're in a bad situation, laddie, don't compound it with a bad decision as well. And I think that's what we just saw there. Harassed in the pocket, and he throws into double coverage anyway.
He called you laddie?
He called me laddie, and that was the nicest thing he called me.
And this one's incomplete.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. On third down, Lynch. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Murray. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20. Give him 14 yards there and a Denver first down.
All right, now look
Now a handoff working right. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. He didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
To review the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
Back 99 Philly, here we go. All right, here we go. Back 99 Philly, here we go. Hurry up, cut it.
Following the fumble recovery, here's Lynch. And he's got it. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, one by land, two by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that into the broadcast.
You know, I just grab a nugget when I can.
Gonzalez now to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping.
Neutral zone infraction, defense.
A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
Let's go. 1-9.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack.
starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been under constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. Back to Denver right after this. A reminder that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll check in with Larry Ridley in Orlando with highlights and analysis of this first half of play.
And I'm going to check in with a heater.
I'll be right there with you, partner. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on fourth.
One of the things I love about this game is there's a match of wits throughout the game. Who's going to get the advantage? Who's going to catch someone off guard? It's like the offense thought they might catch the defense off balance with that play call, but unfortunately, that didn't work for them.
Around the NFL, we've got a second quarter score. The Jets are out to the early lead. It's a 47-yard punt, return of 6. And the Broncos take over, first down and 10. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses.
Now let's go. Detroit. Watch it now, Barney. Barney. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. To throw is Lynch. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Murray. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
All right, here we go. Back down, Philly. Here we go.
On first and 10, Lynch. Over the middle, it's complete. The completion good for 3, and it's second down. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. Second down, Lynch. He's going to launch this thing way downfield, and he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on, third down. This secondary has been roasted in this first half, and they get a measure of revenge there. Nice play on the deep ball.
Yeah, they're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back, but that's one step in the proper direction.
And he is out of bounds, just a yard or two shy of the 30. Give him 14 yards there and a Denver first down. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
And the defense with their backs against the wall a little bit here as the offense is in the red zone.
All right, here we go. Boom, there.
From the red zone now, here's Lynch on first down. And it's caught. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. And, Charles, a moment that will never be forgotten. You're looking at the new career receiving touchdown leader.
And I love some of these records because a record like this one, you can never talk about it being selfish because when you score touchdowns, you help your team. And to be the all-time leader in touchdown receptions, what a great feeling he must have at this moment.
He knocks it through. It's 28-7. Gonzalez now to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Defenses always talk about earning the right to rush the passer on 3rd down. And you know what offenses want? Win 1st down so they can set things up for themselves better.
And that wasn't helpful there. Not a big impact on 1st down. So we've reached halftime here on New Year's Eve. So no update. From Larry, after 17 weeks, folks are saying, let's get on with the show. So we'll oblige as we get you set for the second half kickoff. This will be taken short. And this will get out of bounds. No worries there, though. That still goes as a touchback. On the NFL scoreboard, 2nd quarter in Nashville. And it's the Titans who are off to the early lead in that ball game. Dak Prescott with 1 touchdown pass thus far.
Set! Blue 90! Blue 90! No. Check! Patriot! Black 99 Philly! Here we go! Leopard! Over!
Throwing on 1st down. Lynch. Going to throw right side here. Complete. And he takes this one just shy of midfield all the way to the 49. That one goes for 24 yards.
Here we go now. Watch it now. Now look at Philly. Green 30. Detroit. Let's go. Philly. Here we go. All right, now look at 56. Lucky 56.
On 1st down. Lynch. Wide open receiver complete. A good pickup there at 22. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 12 more yards there and another 1st down. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo.
All right, now look at 56. Lucky 56. Here we go now. All right, now look at 56.
They keep on the ground with Elliott. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. 15 more there. And
on the ball, protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point. Going to make that defense stand up and stop them. And a new set of downs here after picking up the 1st on the ground.
All right, here we go.
Now Lynch to throw. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. Down this close to the goal line, first down. Surprised that wasn't a run?
I am, and you know I'm old school. I want to run the ball on first down in this situation because second down, that gives me that option of running play action, maybe throwing it.
Second down, the ball on the 2 here. And he will take it in for a Bronco touchdown. A great effort there. His second touchdown on the season. And the Broncos will extend their lead. Sometimes a group that gets overlooked, certainly, the offensive line. Right there, they really helped with that score.
Didn't they tell us in our meeting that when we score touchdowns running the ball, that means the offensive line actually scored first by moving people back beyond the end zone? We saw evidence of that on that play.
Gonzalez now to kick this one away. This is taken at his 4. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Time for the Steelers offense now to get set for their first possession of half number 2. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve.
Come on, let's go. 1, 9,
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Thornton. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A gain of 10, good for a Steeler first down. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
Yeah, when we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. A rough couple of weeks for the man under center. 5 sacks last week, 4 now this week. Do you try to design some quicker developing plays if you're an offensive coordinator?
I think you do that. I think you also change his launch point at times. In other words, move your pocket to the right, to the left. Roll him out, bootleg him. Do some different things so they can't just rely on the fact that he's going to take 3 to 5 steps back in the pocket and line up and throw the football.
Yeah, current formula's not working right now. Call it a 3-yard gain, but they'll be forced into a 3rd and 15 coming up.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
Well, that's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath by all means.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage.
Watch left. All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39. Leopard.
On 1st and 10, Lynch. And a scary incompletion, almost picked off. It would have been their first INT of the game. Instead, 2nd down. They're looking for a spark defensively. When he went for that ball, probably thought he had a chance at the pick. Now, remember, they had 2 last week in the win. Obviously losing here.
Well, you talked about looking for a spark, and the best sparks are when you make big plays for your team, and he had that opportunity there. Couldn't haul it in, but that doesn't mean they're going to back off at all. They figure if they can get one of those takeaways, they can spark their team to a win.
Watch it now, Barney. Here we go now. Detroit. Over.
To throw on 3rd down, Lynch. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And he gets this one all the way up to the 40. It's a gain of 20 and picking up the first.
Hurry up, here we go. No. Check. Patriot. Over. Here we go now.
Now they try the right side here. And some room to work. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary, and that led to a really nice game.
They snap it at one. Now it's Lynch. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Bishop. A very solid gain of 27.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
Throwing on first down. Lynch. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game, and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, third quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot. But they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
Now, he almost intercepted it. They haven't picked a ball off yet. That probably should have been their first. And it's third down now. This drive, which was going so smoothly, all of a sudden it's a little bit of a roadblock here with 2 straight incompletions.
Yeah, apparently this defense has had enough. Apparently they're saying no more. We're making a stand right here, right now.
And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. And with that touchdown reception, we have a new single-season leader. We were waiting for this moment. We got to see it here.
How much fun is it that we were here to see it? And this guy's able to catch touchdown passes from everywhere. Red zone, out in the field. It didn't matter. You put in his vicinity, he carried it over the goal line.
Gonzalez now to add the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Gonzalez now to kick this one away. This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line. Now the Steelers offense gets ready to get back onto the field. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
Back to throw here. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
The Steelers send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. Fielded just inside the 20. Oh, he slipped right by him. Checking the NFL scoreboard, they're in the third at MetLife Stadium. The Jets continuing to pour it on. They're opening the lead up even further. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. Welcome back now to Denver. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. First down, Lynch. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. And a nice gain of 21 yards. On first and 10, Lynch. And he will find his man on the outside. And he'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. Give him 14 yards there and a Denver first down. He's certainly been a huge factor in this one. He's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the first.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him, double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection, it doesn't matter how many guys are in his area.
He certainly looks to be in that groove right now. And a scary incompletion, almost picked off. It would have been their first INT of the game. Instead, second down.
I know in every game we do, we talk about momentum. That was a momentum play lost. And now there could be a letdown because of...
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Ezekiel Elliott, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Broncos add on. And, my friend, I think it's safe to say that this game is pretty much deceased at this point. It's taken a knee, so to speak.
It is definitely this victory formation. Take the snap, take the knee, call it a night, call it a game, call it whatever. I agree with you totally. I don't think there's much left to get except for those who want to run up the score.
I knew this was over about a minute ago when you took your stat sheet and just flipped it over your shoulder in the trash can.
Yeah, that's similar to the guys cutting tape off right before the game's over. We know this thing's done. And
this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on.
Offense.
Well, there have been a ton. Sacks. They were just trying to prevent another.
So what you're telling me is the conventional way has not really worked for them, huh?
Not at all.
Not at all. So he tries to grab him here, and they still get caught.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Throw right side, taken in by Godwin. And they'll get him down here at the 23. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you name it. Make sure he gets a lot of angles.
The intended target was Chris Godwin, and now it's third down. Another wayward pass. Things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on.
Now the pressure comes, and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. He is proving his worth defensively, getting the sack here. That comes after being named the AFC Defensive Player of the Week for his performance in last week's game.
He's stacking games together, isn't he? I mean, you just mentioned what he did the previous week to be named AFC Defensive Player of the Week, continuing to play at that level. And when you get that kind of confidence going, those kind of guys are hard to stop.
The punt team on now is from their end zone. They get it away. And he'll take it just outside the 40. A 46-yard punt, 8 yards on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Broncos offense now gets ready to head back onto the field. And, Charles, in a very one-sided affair, I think we reached the point in the broadcast where you and I, we may have some filling to do, right?
Yeah, I think you're right about that because we got to try and keep people around. We don't want them to change the channel. Stay with us in this game. Is that Ben Ramsauer? Are you hearing from Ben on the headset here? Tell us, stretch this thing out a little bit.
Get some talking points. Dig them all out.
That's what you get. A big-time producer. Keep them here.
17 yards for the Broncos there as they've got themselves a first down. And now he's closing in on 450 yards passing.
That's an incredible number. I mean, you're talking about the best defenders in the world that you're trying to throw the ball against, and you're creating that type of a number. Fantastic job, fantastic performance, and he's going to have to ice up his arm afterwards, too. The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
2nd and 10. It's Lynch again. And he comes back with one complete. Give him 14 yards there and a Denver first down. And looking to put this game on ice in the 4th quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him, could they?
Yeah, didn't get the push they needed. Here's Lynch. And he's got his man on the out route. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score.
Well, this game is definitely over, but we do know some people like to go ahead and continue to add to their score, don't we?
Yeah, I don't know that they need to add any more right now, though. I'm just starting to think about those dinner plans tonight, my friend.
Well, you and I will be thinking about dinner plans, but we also know that plenty of people are thinking, how can I get some more scores for my fantasy, for other things? They're trying to figure that part out now.
By the way, last weekend we went sushi because that's what you wanted. We're going steak tonight.
I'm in.
All right. Gonzalez now to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little.
And the Broncos get there and take him down.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
So, Brandon, we've sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get it up a little shy of the 15. They'll spot him down at the 14-yard line. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up 4th down. The Steelers send out their punter now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one. Taking it about the 36. Time for a break. A fourth-quarter score from the Meadowlands. The Jets have scored again. They're really opening it up now. Another victory perhaps in the cards. They're looking as good as anybody as the playoffs draw near. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Lynch is going to throw it. Out to the left there and complete to Howard. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
And he takes it down deep into Pittsburgh territory. A big play there on 3rd down for the Broncos. 51 yards.
Coaches really don't care from what position they get this, but run after the catch ability, rack ability, is often the difference between winning and losing and changing field position.
Here's Lynch. And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
And now we've hit that stage of the game, partner, where one of our predecessors, one of the great commentators of all time, he used to sing in this situation when this game appeared to be over.
I know the fat lady's been singing for some time.
No, not her at all. This is one of our guys.
She's singing, too.
Oh, she's singing. She's
on, like, the 5th tune at this point.
She left Scales way behind, but he used to sing something about turning out the lights. The party was over.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone,
and a big loss here as he's taken down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. Now the Broncos are going to take a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He's going to let it fly. He's got a man complete. And that one results in 35 yards. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
They're going to look to throw. Throwing right, and that's complete. Past the 20. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late, but he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man.
Well, I do have one word for that touchdown for you, partner. You ready?
Yeah.
Cosmetics.
Just makes things look a little better. I don't know. It's like putting lipstick on a pig.
Yeah, and it's hard to do, too. And the pig doesn't like the lipstick a heck of a lot, but you do like the fact that they're battling down the stretch, still trying to put something on the board, even though this game is over.
By the way, how rude is that to the pig? Look at all the things they give us. Pulled pork, bacon. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That'll be taken in the end zone. They've gone final now from Los Angeles. And give that one to the Cardinals as they wind up winners. If they indeed win, it would be win number 9 on the season. Looks like the defense in press coverage here.
Over! Here we go now.
Oh, Lynch going to throw. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. Denver has the first down. The play going for 15 yards. And we're hitting the end of this one, and it looks to probably be the final play.
Here we go now. Green, 39.
Throwing here, Lynch on first down. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Denver, a final win here means they'll finish at 14-2. And now they'll have the week off as they get set to go after a Super Bowl title. Meanwhile, for Pittsburgh, this might wind up being a tough pill to swallow as they're going to finish the season at 9-7. And as division champs, they will host a playoff game next week in the wild card round. So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Broncos are winners as we say so long from Denver.